while teaching a lesson, but I'm pretty sure those of you who are here today, y'all have also been here before. So strap in, all right? Strap in, because it's going to be a good live session today. It's going to be a good study session. So I'm excited. I'm actually growing to enjoying doing this, you know? So thank y'all for keeping me motivated. Thank y'all for keeping me hyped. It's going to be fun. All right. Let's make sure that we got our, let's do some warm-ups while we wait for everybody to tune in. Y'all go ahead and type in the chat section. What is the answer to this right here? 3 times 3. Let me see who's with us and who's not with us. 3 times 3. What do y'all think? 6? Some of y'all think it's 6. Go ahead and type 6 in the chat so that way everybody else can see your answer down there, right? Come on, y'all know it's not 6. Stop playing. Stop playing. 3 times 3. I hope everybody got 9 on that one. What y'all got? 2 times 8. 2 times 8. 10? Y'all think it's 10? Y'all think it's 6? What do y'all think it is, man? Yo, what do y'all think it is? 10? Should I hit enter? 10, right? 10 looks like the right answer. I'm just messing with y'all, man. I'm just messing with y'all. So the reason that I'm introducing some mental warm-ups, right? It's just like anything else. Like if you're in a gym, you want to do things that kind of get you warmed up. You know, you're not just gonna get to the gym and start running, 24 miles on the treadmill. You know, you're actually gonna kind of ease into it, right? So let's do these mental warm-ups. Kind of get our mental, I don't know what to call it, our mental feng shui. I don't know, right? Let's get these warm-ups going. 5 times 6. I think a lot of y'all are actually pretty decent at math. It's just a matter of like basic math functions get y'all, a lot of the time. 4 times 1, what is it? 5? 4 times 1 is 5? No? Comment in the comment section what y'all getting for answers. Because after we do this, we are actually going to jump into the arithmetic side of things. Okay? 3 times 2. Alright, what y'all got? 6 times 7. Let me double check this other stuff before I All right. Y'all answered it already? All right. 6 times 7. Let me see if that's right. 5 times 8. 3 times 2. That looks like 5 to me, right? 3 times 2. 3 times 2 again. 4 times 1. 1 times 6. Anything times 1, we know that it's itself, right? 2 times 2. Let me see what y'all got for this. 8 times 7. 8 times 7. What are y'all getting for an answer? Right? Here we go. 8 times 7. Bam. 1 times 4. Anything times 1 is itself. 7 times 3. 7 times 3. What y'all get? We're doing these little warm-ups. It might seem kind of silly. It might seem kind of stupid, but I promise you, it goes a long way. Because once you actually start doing this arithmetic, you're going to need these math functions right here. All right. So 3 times 6. 18. We know that anything times 5 is going to end in either a 0 or a 5. Okay. It's either going to end in 0 or a 5. Six times 8, I got 48. What y'all getting? Y'all don't be shy to comment in the comment section what y'all are getting, all right? Because this is going to be a good gauge as to what are y'all struggling with specifically when it comes to math. Okay? Don't be shy. Don't be hesitant. If you get the wrong answer, listen, we are all here to help one another. All right, so don't take it personal. Last week I was doing a live session, and live I got the question wrong, completely wrong. I did something incorrectly, but this is not a place of judgment. All right, this is just simply a place to kind of, a safe place that everybody can learn. Okay, at the end of the day, you might get some stuff wrong. You might see me doing some stuff wrong live for the world to see. But at the end of the day, this is what we need to do in order to get better, right? Specifically at math, specifically as it pertains to passing the ASVAB, right? So let's do a couple more of these warm-ups, and then we're going to dive into the first question of what we have for the lesson today, arithmetic reasoning. Okay, 5 times 6. Is any of these difficult for y'all? Like, is there a specific number that gets you guys when it comes to multiplying or dividing? Like, I know some people struggle with sevens, right? It's kind of hard for them to memorize like how to multiply anything by 7, 8 times 7, 4 times 7, like it gets them. So is there anything that kind of gets y'all? Like, are y'all struggling with any, for example, 5 times 7? What are y'all getting? 5 times 7, let me know. Boom, 35. And then the last one that we're going to do as of right now, what is 8 times 4? All right, 8 times 4. Boom. I think this was actually the question that we started off with, right? Boom. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Like I said, welcome to today's session. Today is going to be arithmetic reasoning. I believe by now, y'all should have your papers ready. Y'all should have your pencils ready. Y'all should really be at the point where we are ready to dive into some questions. So if at any point in time you have any questions, just type it in the chat box below. Type it in the chat box below, and then we're gonna continue with what we got. All right. So first question that we have for the day: 5 students take a math test, scoring 97, 92, 81, 90, and 73. What is the median score in the group? All right, so I'm going to give y'all like a couple seconds to try to get a head start on this question. I'll read it again. 5 students take a math test, scoring 97, 92, 81, and 90, and 73. What is the median score in the group? All right, the median score. I will tell you something. When it comes to trying to find the median, all that means is that they're referring to the middle. Okay, whenever you hear the word median, they're referring to the middle. Okay, so what is the score that would be in the middle? All right, let me go ahead and get my pencil and paper out too. All right, I hope y'all can see this. Let's see. So we got 5 students, right, taking a math test. 5 people taking the ASVAB. All right, this is what they score on the ASVAB. So because I'm trying to find the median, what I would do is I would begin to line these numbers up from lowest to highest, right? So I see 73 in the mix, right? What's the next one? 81. I'm lining these up lowest to highest. What's after that? 90. What's after that? We got 92. And then we got 97 being the highest. All right. The reason that I lined it up from lowest to highest is because, again, I'm trying to find the middle. Okay. The median means whatever is in the middle. All right. So what I'll do is I'll X off one on the lowest side. I'll do the same on the highest side, right? Because I'm trying to find what's in the middle. Okay. If this is your first time here and you're wondering why is this guy going dummy style, it's because I want to slow everything down. I want to break everything down in its full simplicity, so that way you understand when you do these questions on your own, what the question is asking you. Okay, so median is always asking for what is in the middle. Boom. 90. Is that one of our answers? Let's go to our answer key. A. Look at that, the first one. 90. Boom. The median score of the group is 90. Does that make sense? Are y'all still with me? Because if not, we're going to have to go back to these multiplication questions that I was doing in the beginning. All right, does that make sense? Median means what is in the middle. Man, it is a good day today. All right, so if everybody feels pretty decent on the first one, I'm gonna go ahead and jump to the second question. If y'all need a screenshot, by all means, feel free to screenshot before I delete this. All right, let's go ahead and clear that. Move to the next question. How far will your platoon go if you march for 3 hours at 6 miles per hour? Let me see what y'all get for an answer on this. How far will your platoon go if you march for 3 hours at 6 miles per hour? How far will your platoon go if you march for 3 hours at 6 miles per hour? How would y'all solve this? Where would y'all go to solve this? What are y'all starting with? Like, what is your thought process when it comes to solving this? All right, this is what I would do. Okay. All right. How far will your platoon go if you march for 3 hours at 6 miles per hour? Okay, you're going 6 miles per hour and you're going for 3 hours. Okay, you're going 6 miles. That slash just means per, meaning every. So you're going 6 miles every hour. Every 1 hour, you're traveling 6 miles. Okay, 6 miles per hour. So every 1 hour, you're traveling 6 miles. Okay, so if you do that for 3 hours, then we know that we have to take our 6 miles, we have to multiply that for as long as we're going for, which is 3 hours. Okay? 6 times 3, Look at that. The little multiplication stuff that we were doing in the beginning. Here it is coming into play. 6 times 3, we know is 18. 18 miles. And then, well, I don't want to put this on here. All right, so 18 miles. Let's just say that. Let's go to our answer key. We got 9 miles, 6 miles, 18 miles being C, and 12 miles. C would be the right answer. Okay, you're going 6 miles per hour, 6 miles every 1 hour. You're going for a total of 3 hours. So you would either add 6 plus 6 plus 6, right, for the 3 hours that you're doing it, or you would just multiply 6 times 3, being 18. You will travel a total of 18 miles. How we feeling? How we feeling? All right. I think that one was pretty easy, right? I think most of y'all would be good with that one. So let's jump into the next one. Jack eats 3 hot dogs per minute, while Jeff eats 2 hot dogs per minute. How many total hot dogs do they eat in 12 minutes? Huh. I think we beginning to warm up here. Let me see. Let me give y'all a couple seconds to get a head start on this one. Okay? Jack eats 3 hot dogs per minute, while Jeff eats 2 hot dogs per minute. How many total hot dogs do they eat in 12 minutes? How many total hot dogs do they eat in 12 minutes? How many total hot dogs do they eat in 12 minutes? What do y'all have on this question? If you're now jumping into the live session, feel free to be the bold person that comments in there what your answer is, okay? If you got stumped, be even bolder to be the one to be like, look, man, I don't even know how to set this question up, all right? So that way we can all benefit together, all right? So let's jump into this. Let's jump into this again. Jack eats 3 hot dogs per minute, okay? So we're going to start with Jack. Jack eats 3 hot dogs per minute. So for every 1 minute, this guy can consume 3 hot dogs, okay? 3 hot dogs per minute. So we know this is Jack, okay? If we know Jack eats 3 hot dogs per minute, how many hot dogs will Jack have eaten in 12 minutes? Okay, we're not even gonna factor Jeff into the equation yet. We're just gonna focus on Jack, okay? If Jack can eat 3 hot dogs every minute, and he does this for 12 minutes, how many hot dogs will he have eaten? Well, we would take this 3 hot dogs that he can eat every minute, and we will multiply that by 12 to see how many hot dogs he would have eaten total in 12 minutes. Okay? I kind of did this upside down, but whatever, right? 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. I hope I didn't confuse anybody with writing it like this. However, I'll just do it off to the side how I normally do it. Okay, so instead of putting the 3 up top, I put it on the bottom. All I did was 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3, giving us 36. But I think we already know what 12 times 3 is, okay? So let me get that off the screen. Okay, so we know that Jack eats 36 hot dogs in 12 minutes. 36 hot dogs in 12 minutes. All right, so let's go ahead and calculate my man Jeff, okay? Jeff seems like he can't hang with Jack, okay? So Jeff only eats 2 hot dogs every minute. So what I'll do is I'll set it up just like the other one. Right? So Jeff eats what? 2 hot dogs per minute. So my man eats 2 hot dogs every minute. Okay, and he does this for a total of how many minutes? 12 minutes. Okay, I think y'all could visualize it better like this. All right, so now we know that we're going to multiply. If he could eat 2 hot dogs every minute and he does it for 12 minutes, let's find out how many hot dogs he eats in 12 minutes, right? 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 1 is 2, right? My man can eat 24 hot dogs in 12 minutes. All right, so we got Jack eating 36, and we got who? Jeff eating 24. Okay, so now what is the question asking us? How many total hot dogs do they eat in 12 minutes? All right, so what we would have to do is we would have to take Jack's accomplishment of 36, and we would have to add that to Jeff's accomplishment of 24. Let's see what we get. 6 plus 4 is 10. So the 0 goes down here. The 1 goes up there. 1 plus 3 is 4. Plus 2 is 6. All right, so if we add Jack and we add Jeff, we get a total of 60 hot dogs. So difficult writing with this thing sometimes. We get a total of 60 hot dogs. All right, so let's go to our answer key, right? And we're gonna look for 60. Boom, look at that right there. The answer is C. Do y'all find a question like this difficult? Like, keep it honest, like keep it real. Is a question like this difficult? If so, go ahead and comment why. If you're this far into the video or the live stream, right? If you're here live, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, all right, as well as the bell icon next to it. And then if you're here on the YouTube replay, make sure that you hit the subscribe button as well, because I will be doing more of these a little more often, so that way everybody can kind of increase their ASVAB scores. And then lastly, if you're looking to join the military, specifically the Army, shoot me an email. All right, I'll go ahead and link my email in the description below, and I will be more than happy to be your recruiter and virtually recruit you no matter where you are in the country. All right, so we got a total of 60 hot dogs. C is the correct answer. Let's go ahead and jump into the next question. Let's get that out of the way. Let's go to the next one. Okay, a marathon runner challenged 11 of his friends. Blah blah blah. A marathon runner challenged 11 of his friends to perform a 26-mile training run in 4 hours. If all of the marathon runner's friends complete the challenge, how many total miles will his friends have run? Let me see what y'all come up with. Boom. Do y'all need a couple more seconds? Do y'all need a couple more minutes? A couple more hours to try to solve this? Where y'all at? All right, this one's not too difficult, okay? Don't get too intimidated by a math problem that has a lot of words, okay? Sometimes it's just a bunch of fluff. For example, don't think that the longer the paragraph, right? Like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to do so many functions. Sometimes they just throw nonsense in the question. So let's read it. A marathon runner challenged 11 of his friends to perform a 26-mile run in 4 hours. All right. So how many friends does the marathon runner have? 11. Right. So 11 of his friends. So my man has 11 friends. Okay. I like to write down relevant information that I think we're probably going to use in the problem at some point. Okay. How many miles is this run that they're on? Well, 11 of his friends were challenged to do a 26-mile training run in 4 hours. Okay. So they're going 26 miles. If all of the marathon runners' friends complete the challenge, how many total miles will the friends have run? Right? So we got 11 friends running 26 miles. Okay? And we want to know how many total miles will his friends have run. So in a question like this, what function would we use? Will we try to divide 11 divided by 26? Are we trying to add? Are we trying to subtract? Are we trying to multiply? Like what are we trying to do? What are we trying to do? Right? So in a case like this, how do you figure it out? Well, if one friend is trying to run 26 miles, the second friend would also have to try to run 26, and the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, right? So on and so forth. So you would have to either add up each friend running 26 miles, or we can use the function of multiplication to make it simple for us, right? 11 of them are running 26 miles. What is the total? Instead of adding 11 26 times, we could just multiply. Okay? So 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 1, 6 again. We're going to put a 0 as a placeholder here, right? Because we are multiplying 2 digits. And now we can continue. So 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. For those of y'all who it's been a while since you did some multiplication like this, we would add these two together. Okay, 6 plus 0 is 6. 6 plus 2, is 8. And 2 plus nothing is 2. Okay, so total, all 11 of these people run 286 miles. Boom. Let's go to our answer key. Do we have that in here? Yes, we do. C being the correct answer. Boom. They need to stop playing with y'all, man. I could see it already, man. Y'all's next ASVAB score might be like 50s, 60s, man, 70s, 80s, you know? Just because of this right here, man. If you do end up taking the ASVAB again, please shoot me an email. Like, let me hear your testimony. Like, hey, I was struggling on the ASVAB, and I did some studying, and I got my score up to, a 40 or 30. Like, let me know. I like to hear y'all's accomplishments, And thank y'all who do comment and message me to let me know, like, hey, I finally passed, Like, I really do celebrate with y'all. So, all right. Do y'all have a good woman fuzzy on this question? I think it's pretty self-explanatory. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and clear it off the screen. I wonder if y'all falling asleep on me, right? Is that what y'all doing? Y'all over there asleep. Let's hear this. 3 times 3, man. What y'all get? I got 9. 5 times 6. What do y'all got? I got 30. 1 times 3. I got 4. What y'all got? Let me know. As I pop it up on the screen. Oh, I actually put 4 in that sucker. Oh, I need to stop playing. All right. It wasn't 4, y'all. 1 times 3 is 3. All right. 1 times 3 is 3. Let me stop playing. All right. 3 times 6. I got 18. Okay. As it comes up on the screen, y'all try to type it in the chat like as quick as you can. Like if you can answer these questions like 2-3 seconds or less, I really commend you. That's really going to help you in the long run. Okay. as it comes up. The reason that I'm doing this is you'll begin actually to associate numbers together. For example, as soon as I see 2 and 1, like I already know 2. As soon as I see 6 and 1, anything times 1 is itself, you know? So it saves you a lot of time on things like the ASVAB, for example, because instead of you trying to, you know, get your pen and paper out for every question, your brain is already associating, okay, 6 times 3, I've seen this before, you know, so it must be 18, you know what I mean? All right, we're gonna do a couple more of these and then jump back into the ASVAB. Not the ASVAB, but the arithmetic questions. Also, for anybody who is wondering where I'm getting these arithmetic questions, it is actually on ASVAB for Dummies. So I bought the ASVAB for Dummy study guide. If you don't have it, I highly recommend it. I bought it from Amazon. It is the latest version that they have, and it really does help. But I know a lot of people don't learn from reading off of a book. So I decided that I would simply come on here and explain like the questions that they have in there. Okay, so I hope this is helping y'all. But it is coming from ASVAB for Dummies. All right, so let's do 2 more of these, and we'll move on. 7 times 4. What y'all got for an answer? 7 times 4. 7 times 4. I got 28. Is that correct? Do y'all agree? Boom. All right. So we did this one about the marathon runner. Let's see if we can stay on this trend. All right. It looks like the questions are actually getting a little bit more difficult as we go. So let's see what the next one is. Oh, I think this one is actually going to be fairly all right. So what is the width of a rectangular vegetable garden whose perimeter is 150 feet and length is 50 feet? Kind of like that question. Question might have like a little sneaky difficulty to it. What is the width of a rectangle? What is the width of a rectangular vegetable garden whose perimeter is 150 feet and length is 50 feet? Perimeter is 150 feet. Length is 50 feet. All right. Y'all need a couple more seconds, or can we jump into it? Let's get it. Let's get it. I feel like y'all are ready. I'm connecting with y'all in spirit, right? I feel like y'all are ready. So let's do this. What are we looking for? The first 4 words. What is the width? So we know that we are looking for the width, okay, of a rectangular vegetable garden. So let me go ahead and get my little drawing illustration on here. This is our vegetable garden, okay? We have a rectangular vegetable garden. We are looking for the width. So this is our width. This is our length, okay? Meaning that this is our length and this is our width. Does that make sense? Great. Wonderful. What is the width of a rectangular vegetable garden whose perimeter is 150 feet and length is 50 feet? The reason I kind of like this question is because it's letting you know what the perimeter is, right? You have to know how to find perimeter when it comes to dealing with like rectangles, squares, whatever the case may be. How you find that is you add up every side together. So you would add up length plus the width. Okay, one length, one width plus the other length coming around plus the other width. To dummy it down dummy style. Okay, this is how you add up the perimeter. You add up every side. Okay, we have a rectangle, so we have 4 sides. We have 2 lengths, 2 sides that are equal in length. We have 2 sides that are equal in width. Okay, so what else do we know? So we know that the perimeter is 150 feet. So our perimeter equals 150 feet. All right, we know that the length is 50 feet. So this length here, we were given the length, right? This length, or this side, equals 50 feet. And then down here, it's the same as the top, right? Because it's the length. Also equals 50 feet. Okay, so up top here, we got our length on this side, we got our length on that side. Okay, now we're trying to find the width. Okay, so if we're adding everything up together, okay, and we know that our length is 50 feet, okay, 50 plus 50 is 100. All right, does that make sense? Because we know that 50 feet is our length. I feel like I'm confusing somebody out there virtually. I haven't met you yet, but I just feel like I'm confusing you. Okay, so I'm trying to like break it down as clearly as I possibly can. We are adding up all 4 sides. Okay, we know that our length is 50 feet. Okay, we have 2 sides that are 50 feet, meaning that for those 2 sides, that is 100 feet if we add them up. Okay, so the total of our lengths is 100 feet. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take, let me write it down like this. I'm going to take our length, that is 100 feet combined. Okay, if I was to subtract the total, right, so 150 minus 100, that tells me that there are 50 feet left. Right? Does that make sense? But that doesn't mean that our width is 50 feet. Okay? If you look in the answer key, you'll actually see that D has an option of 50 feet because it's banking on it's hoping that you will kind of finish the question there, right? Like the perimeter is 150, the length is 100 in total. So, okay, that means that the width is 50. No, not quite, because there are 2 widths. But we can write that the total width is 50 feet, right? The total width is 50 feet, but we have 2 sides. We have 2 sides, 2 equal sides that add up to be 50 feet. So if you take this 50 and you divide it by 2, right? Because we have 2 sides. You take this 50 and you divide it by 2. Okay? Let's do it out. So 5 goes into 2, a total of 2 times, right? 2 times 2 is 4, giving us 1 remainder. This 0 drops down. 2 goes into 10, 5 times, okay? Reason that I'm doing everything out is because somebody had asked me if I can do out like the division problem, so that way you can kind of follow along a little better. However, we know that the total width is 50. Lord Jesus, help me. Help me to write this in a way that is understandable. We know that the total width is 50, but we have 2 sides, right? So this side would be 25 feet. And then this side would also be 25 feet. Does that make sense? So 25 plus 50, that's 75. Right? Plus 25 and another 50. Okay, 75 plus 75 is 150 all the way around. So our work checks out. If we add up everything together, our work checks out. The perimeter is still 150. Does that make sense? I think a lot of y'all I hope I didn't confuse y'all with this, okay? Because the problem really isn't difficult. It's just more so me trying to explain it while drawing pictures and, in a way that makes sense, all right? But the answer to this, if we go back to our answer key, would be B, 25 feet. The width of one side is 25 feet. It didn't ask us what the width of both sides are, all right? If it asked us what is the total width of this rectangle, the answer would have been D, 50 feet, right? However, what is the width of a rectangular vegetable garden whose perimeter is this and length is that, right? The width is 25 feet, all right? You add up all the sides together, 25 plus 25, that's 50, plus another 50, that's 100, plus another 50, that's 150 in the perimeter, all right? I think y'all are still with me. Thank you, my man. Austin Mayer, for letting me know that my camera was off, because I was not paying attention to that screen whatsoever. My man is clutch. So I'm gonna go ahead and clear all of that off of the screen. First of all, let me double check to make sure. How long have we even been on this live session? That is the question. How are y'all feeling about these questions? Is it difficult? Is it pretty simple? Does it make sense when I explain it? Are there specific types of questions that y'all want to see? Are there specific types of questions that y'all struggle with? Let me know. Let me know. I think we got it in us to do one more question. Why not? One or two more questions. Y'all could take a second to get yourself together. Let's see what the next question is. Will these type of questions be on the ASVAB or the PICAT? Yes, absolutely. So it won't be these specific questions. I didn't take questions off of the ASVAB or PICAT. Again, I'm using ASVAB for Dummies. But these type of questions will 100% be, you'll see these on the ASVAB, you'll see these on the PICAT. So the key to them is understanding how to set them up, okay? That is the biggest part of why I'm doing these questions with you, okay? Understanding how to set up each question, and then understanding what is the question asking, so that way you can kind of break down the word language of math, right? Again, a lot of y'all are pretty good at math. It's just a matter of understanding what the question is asking, okay? So, great question. These type of questions will 100% be on the ASVAB for those who is about to take the ASVAB, or the PICAT, which is just another version of the ASVAB, basically. Let's jump into the next question. For example, this is definitely going to be a type of question that you'll see, right? Because it's dealing with percentages. I know a lot of people hate percentages with a passion. All right. And honestly, I don't blame them. Okay. I don't think anybody likes percentages, but let's read it. Diane takes her client to an expensive restaurant in town. She takes her client to an expensive restaurant in town to discuss new legal strategies. The restaurant adds a 15% gratuity for the server if her meal and drinks cost $85 and her client's meal and drinks cost $110. How much does the restaurant add as gratuity? Okay, Diane takes her client to eat. They're discussing whatever they're discussing. The restaurant adds 15% for gratuity. Diane's meal costs $85. Her client's meal costs $110. how much does the restaurant add as gratuity? So we are looking for how much does the restaurant add as gratuity, but we know that they are taking 15%. What are y'all coming up with for an answer? Diane's going out to eat. Diane eats $85 worth, with the drinks and everything like that. Her client eats $110 worth. The restaurant wants to take their 15%. Okay? So let me go ahead and start setting this question up with y'all. All right. So I would start setting up the question by trying to figure out what is the total cost of the meal, because we're trying to find out what 15% is of the total cost, right? The restaurant takes their 15% off the total cost. So let's see. I would start by taking the client's $110 and I would add Diane's $85, right? I would add. The reason that I'm adding is because I'm trying to find the total cost of the meal. Okay, so let's add this. 0 plus 5, y'all already know, is 5. 1 plus 8 is 9. And 1 plus 0 is 1. All right, so the total cost is $195. Right? Now, what we're trying to do is we're trying to figure out, when the restaurant takes their 15%, how much is that? What is 15% of $195? That is the question. So I'll give y'all a little more, a few more seconds to try to figure that out on your own. But what is 15% of $195? And this is the thing that a lot of people hate. They hate it because it doesn't make sense to them yet, okay? However, whenever you're trying to find percentages, there is a method to the madness. All right? So let's do that. Let's try to figure out what 15% is of this 195. So I'll start from the beginning, right? So we have 15%. Okay? How do you write 15% as a decimal? Does anybody know? Okay? It is imperative that you know how to change percentages into decimals and then decimals back into percentages. Okay? It is not too difficult. So a percentage is basically anything out of 100. Okay? 15%, 35%. Right? 35 out of 100. 100 being the whole thing. Okay? This 100 has 2 zeros. 1, 2. Right? So therefore, if you take the decimal spot and you move it 2 places to the left, you just converted a percentage into a decimal. What do I mean? This 15%, if I move the decimal 2 places over to the left, okay, I would come out with 0.15. Okay, so 0.15 is the same thing as 15%. All right, that's important information because we're going to need it to solve the rest of the question. So what we do is we're going to take this $195 bill, okay, and we are going to multiply this by 0.15. Boom. Okay, don't get intimidated because, oh my gosh, it's a decimal. That really don't worry about that. Okay, it's just the same thing as a regular multiplication problem. 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, 5 times 9 is 45. Plus 2, 46, 47. We're going to put our 4 up top here. 5 times 1 is 5. Plus 4 is 9. right? Now we're gonna put a 0 as a placeholder. And we are going to move on to the 1. We know that anything times 1 is itself. So 1 times 195. I know I'm writing a little slanted, but bear with me. It's 195, okay? We've done this 1,000 times already, so we're going to continue doing it. We are going to add this together, okay? 5 plus 0 is 5. 7 plus 5 is 12. We're going to put our 2 down here. We're going to put our 1 up top here. 1 times 9 is 10, plus 9 is 19, right? And we are going to put our 1 up top there. 1 plus 1 is 2. All right, so we have this kind of weird number, big number, it looks like 2,925. But that's not actually the number. Don't forget that we just multiplied a decimal, okay? So this decimal in the 0.15 is 2 places from the right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that decimal and move it 2 places back to the left, giving us 29.25. Does that make sense? We just turned this baby into a money number. $29.25. $29.25 is the 15% tip, if you will, gratuity, if you're trying to expand your vocab, right? $29.25 is the 15% tip that Diane left for the server. Okay, on a bill that is $195 in total. All right, so let's go to our answer key. Did we get that right? Let me go ahead and circle this. When you do a math equation and you get an answer, always circle it, right? Because then it's like a sense of pride, like, I did that, I solved that, right? So we're gonna go to our answer key and look at that. It's B. Boom. 29.25. How do y'all feel about that question? Was that one difficult? Was that one pretty simple? All right. We've been on here for like man, y'all got me working today. We've been on here for like an hour. Let me take a sneak peek of what this next question is going to be. We might have to wrap it up. To be honest with y'all, man, we might have to really wrap it up. All right. I don't even, you know what? I think we can burn through this. Last question, and I mean it this time, all right? Last question. I'm sticking to my guns this time. This is the last question, all right? Woo! Let's finish strong. Farmer Beth has received an offer to sell her 320-acre farm for $3,000 per acre. She agrees to give the buyer $96,000 worth of land. What fraction of Farmer Beth's land is the buyer getting? Great question. So Farmer Beth has received an offer to sell her 320-acre farm for $3,000 for every acre that she has, right? $3,000 per acre. She agrees to give the buyer $96,000 worth of land. What fraction of Farmer Beth's land is the buyer getting? What fraction is Farmer Beth? What fraction of the land is the buyer getting? All right, I'm not even gonna, we're gonna jump straight into this one. All right. So, Farmer Beth has received an offer to sell 320-acre farm, right, for $3,000 per acre. Okay, that's fair. So what I'm gonna do automatically is I'm gonna take that $3,000 per acre. So we know that this is the rate or the price that it's going for. She's getting $3,000 for every acre that she chooses to sell. Does that make sense? And how many acres does she have to sell? Well, let's find out. We're gonna take this $3,000. We're also gonna take, we know that she has 320 acres of land that she can sell. Right? So let's go ahead and multiply, because we want to figure out how much worth of land can she sell, right? So we know that anything times 0 is 0 all the way across the board, right? We know that. Okay. Now, we can't forget to put a 0 as our placeholder, because now we're going to be multiplying the 2. 2 times 0, 0. 2 times 0, 0. 2 times 0, 0. 2 times 3, 6. Now we're going to go over and multiply the 3, but we have to put 2 zeros as placeholders, okay? Before we even start multiplying anything, okay? Now we can continue. So 3 times 0, the first 0 is 0. 3 times 0 again, 0. 3 times 0 again is 0. And now 3 times 3 is 9. What do we do like we always do? We have to add these bad boys together. All of these zeros we know are all zeros. 6 plus 0 is 6. 9 plus 0 is 9. Now we're going to go ahead and put our commas, right? $960,000. She has $960,000 worth of land that she can sell. Who is this? Farmer Beth is almost a millionaire, right? So that is a total amount of land. Now let's continue moving forward. She agrees to give her buyer $96,000 worth of land. So she's not going to get rid of the whole thing. She's going to keep on to some. $96,000 worth of land is what she agrees to give the buyer. The question is, what fraction of Farmer Beth's land is the buyer getting? So, if the buyer is getting $96,000 worth of Farmer Beth's land, and the total amount of land that Farmer Beth has is $960,000, they're trying to figure out, what does this simplify to? All right? So we can figure out this in a variety of ways. Okay? All of these, if we're simplifying, all of these zeros, we know that these 3 zeros on this side cancels out the 3 zeros on this side, right? Since we're simplifying, leaving us, let's try to figure out this in the simplest way possible. 96 over 960. Does 96 go into 960, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, it does, right? So if we multiply 96 times 10, we would get 960, right? So 96 times 10 would give us 960. So 96 is 1/10 of 960. Okay? When this is simplified to its simplest form, you would get 1/10. Okay? 1/10. We come back up here, $96,000 $96,000 is 1/10 of $960,000. All right. So let's go ahead and circle this just to make it simple. Let's go to our answer key and look at that. Look at what awaits us. There's no better feeling than seeing your answer in the answer key. 1/10. All right. I hope I explained that pretty decently. If y'all have any questions, obviously you can feel free to let me know at any time. All right. But 96 is 1/10 of 960, or to extend it out in the full capacity, it could read as 96,000 is 1/10 of 960,000. Okay. The buyer is getting 1/10 of Farmer Beth's land. Woo! We did it, y'all. We made it. We made it. We finally made it. All right. Man, y'all were fantastic. From beginning to end, y'all kept me on my toes. Y'all, you know, were engaged. I know that some of y'all be asking questions on the replay, right? But if you made it all the way to the end of this video and you actually participated, go ahead and pat yourself on the back. All right. Go ahead and go to the kitchen and, you know, reward yourself with whatever snacks you got in the cabinet. You know what I mean? Congratulations. So this is the stuff that matters. Like, those of you guys who are willing to put in the work to take an hour out of your day to study, I commend y'all 100%. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Okay? Hit that subscribe button, especially if you made it all the way to the end of the video with all of these crazy questions. All right? So hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Share this with a friend who also might be taking the ASVAB. Share this with your recruiter so that way he can share it with the, you know, all the people that he has taken the ASVAB. All right. But it's been a pleasure. Remember, if you're interested in joining the Army, shoot me an email. I'll go ahead and put it in the description below. I will help you all from beginning to end. We can do everything virtually. You really don't even have to leave your home, to be honest with you. All right. I will set you up to do the ASVAB and see how you do. So that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. Always remember that success is made by actions, y'all. So get up, go grind. I will see you next time.